Hey everybody, this is Tammy at All About Living, and today I'm going to show you how to make sauerkraut. I need to make some because I don't have any, and I want to make a red onion relish. And both the ball book and my fermenting book say I have to have some sauerkraut brine to add to my onion relish for it to ferment. So, here we go. We're going to get started and make us some sauerkraut. Alright, the first thing you're going to need is a 2.5 to 3 pound head of cabbage. And then, okay, we want to get this cut in half, which is not an easy feat. And then we want to cut it again. That's a job. Okay, we're going to take these 3 off my cutting board, and then we're just going to cut it, and cut it really, really, really thin. Okay, to save y'all a lot of heartache and time watching me cut a cabbage, that's half a cabbage. So you're going to need something really good size to put this cabbage in after you get it cut up, because you want to cut it really, really thin. You know, it's sauerkraut and it needs to ferment, and it needs to be really small. And some people even grate it, and I have grated it before, but I actually prefer it like this. Okay, now in that first half of cabbage, I put 1 tablespoon of my pickling salt. Now I'm going to put 1 more tablespoon in here. And then we are going to start massaging. Okay, you want to massage that salt in there, because you need to work you up some brine, and brine is the salt water. So as you massage and squeeze and turn, that cabbage is going to release the water that's inside and make you that brine. So you just got to work it and work it and work it. Alright, and another thing while we're at it, while I'm massaging, you don't have to use canning salt, or canning pickling salt. You can use real kosher salt, Redmond salt, Himalayan sea salt, any salt that does not have iodine in it. You don't want to use an iodized salt in any kind of ferment, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I know it's a no-no. Keep working it. Work it, work it, work it. You don't have to go to the gym today. You just have to make sauerkraut. And you'll feel it getting, wetter and wetter. But you really need to work up good brine. Another 5 minutes. Just keep right on going. If you need a break, take a break. You gotta work it up. Make sure it's all bruised. And you'll feel it. You'll know. it'll keep getting wetter. See? Wetter and wetter. That's what you're looking for. Me, being from South Georgia, I had never had sauerkraut. I truly had never had sauerkraut. And we went actually up to Ohio, and his aunt made sauerkraut while we were there. So that was the first time I had ever had sauerkraut. So I was in my 20s, and I really liked it. I mean, I really liked it. So she taught me how to do it, and I came home, and Randy's dad just was ecstatic because now he could have sauerkraut whenever he wanted it. And so now I keep it pretty much all the time. But I'm gonna get started again. I already got my hands playing in it. Let's massage a little more. Work it some more. We're gonna work it another 5 minutes. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. See that juice in there? That brine? That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna call this good now, and we're gonna get it in our jars. So I have 2 half-gallon jars. Now I do have a big crock, but I only use that crock if I'm gonna make a really, really big batch. And I don't need that. This is plenty good enough. So we're just gonna go with it. And it takes twice as long. The more cabbage you got, the longer it takes. So we're just gonna start, and we're just gonna drop that right on in this jar. Okay, now I'm gonna pour half of that into this one, and half of that into this one to make sure, hopefully that I have enough brine. All right, now what we're gonna do, set this aside. Okay, all right, we're gonna pull these up here toward me, and I'm gonna get a good heavy spoon, and I'm gonna tamp it. This jar, and I'm going to do the same thing. What we're doing is we're getting all the air out, or trying to get as much air as possible out. We're getting it good and tamped down, and then we're going to add a cabbage leaf over the top of that. All right, and I did forget to mention, I apologize, you need some cabbage leaves, the outer leaves. You'll need to save you some of those off before you start cutting, because you'll need to put those in and pack them down. Okay, you'll need to like pack it down in there and make you a good seal. And then press really hard. There you go. See that? That's your brine. You want that above your sauerkraut. That allows for fermentation, but not your bad bacteria. So that is perfect. I did a good job. How about that? All right, now we're gonna get this other one in there. All right, now we've got our brine on top of our first layer of protection for our sauerkraut. Now we're going to take this jelly jar, and we're going to drop it right on down in there as a weight. Now it is full of water. I filled it with water. It makes it heavy. And then you just drop, and it does fit inside the half-gallon. And you just drop it. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got to drop it right. Why didn't it go? Why didn't this one? Why did that one go and this one not? All right, hang on. I'll have to get me another jar. Apparently that jar isn't the right one. Apparently there's some kind of manufacturer's something that this isn't quite right and this jar didn't fit and it's exactly like that jar. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, and the way we're going to do that is a simple little Ziploc bag. And you just drop that bag. Actually, you're supposed to fill it after you put it in there, but we're going to do it just like this. I'll work it down in there. And now you have a perfectly good seal. So either way, if you have the jelly jar, it works. If you have a Ziploc bag, it works. You just need a secondary seal. You need the cabbage leaf, and then you need a secondary seal so that you make sure that your sauerkraut stays under that brine. Now what you'll need to do is just sit these on the counter in your house and keep them relatively around 70 to 75 degrees room temperature, and then all you'll need to do is check them every day. And actually, in the glass jar like this, you can absolutely check. You don't even have to really pick it up or move it or anything, because you can just look in there and see that everything is going well. On day 5, you can check it. Some people like their sauerkraut like really nice and crunchy. At day 5, it's perfectly good to eat. Or you can leave it till day 10, and then it'll be stronger and have it'll be a little softer, not a lot, but it will be softer. And after your 10 days are up, when you go to put it in your fridge, just put one of these ball lids, or I think at Walmart they have like Mainstay or something. But anyway, the ball lids are, made for ball jars. So you just put that on there and put it in your fridge. It's good for a year. All right, everybody, I thank y'all for coming. I'm glad you were here. I hope you found it entertaining and informative, and y'all come back and see me. Bye.